Hello and welcome back to part 2 of solving one-step equations involving multiplication and division. I believe this is where we left off, so let's get started. Okay, again, so now we're in grade 7 where we can have integer operations. The first few problems were more or less a review of grade 6. We didn't have to worry about adding or subtracting integers, different signs, things like that. So now we're going to move up to 7th grade examples. So I have negative 13p, or negative 13 times some number p, is equal to negative 182. Now we divide both sides by a negative 13. Negative 13 divided by negative 13 is 1, so now we have 1p as opposed to negative 13 times p. And our answer is 14. It's positive because a negative divided by a negative is positive. All right, 42 equals 3/7 times some number p. Again, we want to multiply by the reciprocal of 3/7, which is 7/3. We've gotten rid of the coefficient 3/7. Now all we have is 1p, which is what we want. 7/3 times 42. I'm going to simplify before I multiply. I'm left with 7 times 4. I'm sorry, 7 times 14, which gives me 98. And the next problem. I'm dividing by a negative 4. So to solve that problem, I'm dividing by negative 4. So the inverse operation is to multiply by negative 4. So that negative 4 in my denominator will cancel out. Now I know my answer has to be negative. Why? Because I'm multiplying a positive times a negative. That's going to give me a negative answer. So no need to make that mistake. I see right off it's going to be negative. 18 times negative 4 is negative 72. Okay, the last two. So again, we have negative values here. So this is the difference between 6th and 7th grade, is to be able to use integer operations and also be able to work with fractions and decimals. So we have a negative 1900ths times some number p equals negative 2 9/100ths. Our inverse operation is to divide both sides by negative 1900ths. And we know we cannot divide with the decimal in our divisor, so we have to move the decimal twice in our divisor, which means we have to move it twice in our dividend, which basically leaves us with 209 divided by 19, which is 11. So our answer is 11. All right, and the last one. Negative 27 equals 4.5 times t. Now, we have to divide both sides by this coefficient. Or, if you don't want to divide negative 27 by 4.5, what I chose to do was convert that 4.5 to an improper fraction. Because I just have a preference for multiplying by the reciprocal. Now, you could have done it the other way, but I'm going to show you this way. So all I did was I converted my mixed number to an improper fraction, because I know all I have to do is multiply both sides by 2/9, the reciprocal of 9/2. I prefer that over dividing negative 27 by 4.5. Oops. So our answer was, or is, negative 6. All right, so that's it. We're just extending what you know, or what you should know from 6th grade, by adding integer operations. But this skill is very, very important in grade 7 and beyond. All right, guys, talk to you soon.